Dear Dad, hard to believe you've been gone 35 years. I wish so many times you could have seen the seeds you planted in me in our little Connecticut town grow to fruition. You know, I remember you taking me to buy the New York and Boston papers almost every weekend. We would devour the sports sections. I remember playing catch out in the yard every spring with you. Then we'd play touch football at halftime of Giants games every fall. Because of you, I love newspapers and I love sports. Thanks for that. And of course, thanks to Mom, who typed out my little neighborhood newspaper on a Royal typewriter just like this one that I'm using to write a letter to you. You know, Dad, I wish you could have seen more than just the birth of my 37 years covering football. You thought it was so cool that I was coming back east from Ohio to cover the Giants. You died before that season that they won their first Super Bowl in '86. You would have loved that team.
Where's Peter Kay?
Here.
I'm proud of my guys, Peter.
Bill Parcells was a no BS guy. Your kind of coach.
Everybody's trying to stir that up around here. You know, who's sitting, who's playing. I don't really give a. I gotta tell you the truth. It's unbelievable. You know, that's why sometimes I call you guys commies. That's why.
Well, you're in fast company. Gorbachev has a birthmark, you know, too.
You'd have gotten such a kick out of Richard Nixon. He was such a huge Giants fan. He was always in their locker room. And he told me one time he actually coveted my job.
If I hadn't gotten into politics, I'd have been a sports writer.
You're obviously a sick man.
20 years to the month after you and Mom got me that Sports Illustrated subscription for my 12th birthday, they actually hired me. I know you would have been over the moon. I certainly was. I know what your advice would have been. You're in the big leagues now. Now you really have to work hard. But you know what was just as important? Something else you taught me. Always be honorable. Always be truthful.
I don't mean.
Parcells got angry with me once, and he yelled, "You know what your problem is? With you, the story is God." Well, I guess it was. I always thought my job wasn't to serve him, it was to serve my readers. Oh, the places I've been. You know how much you love John Madden? Well, I once took his bus cross-country with him and wrote about it for SI. We stopped to see wildflowers on I-80 in Nebraska. For 2 years, I did halftime with Brent Musburger on Monday Night Football. That was a little surreal.
Did anybody tell you that you look like Norm from Cheers?
Yeah, everybody always tells me that. You hear about the 900?
Most of my stories are with people you hadn't heard of, Dad. But you would have loved Jerome Bettis, the loyal Steeler. I needed to get to know the quarterbacks, Dad. I really wish I could have told you stories about how anal Peyton Manning was about perfection. And what it was like covering that Mississippi country kid, Brett Favre.
What size shoe you wear, Peter? 14. You wear 14? God, no, Peter.
I trailed him hunting once. He walked through a Wisconsin field going, "Here, grousey, grousey, grousey." But I never was a very good prognosticator. Glad you never taught me how to gamble.
Hey, Peter. How you doing, sir? Did you pick us?
No, I
No, I didn't think you did. You never do. Maybe you will in the future.
One other thing you taught me was never to make excuses. That was really valuable, especially later in my career, when football and the football media exploded in popularity and in numbers. I had to compete, just like you always did.
And I'm Randy Reed.
Here's Randy Reed, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Peter.
Hey, we had a good time last night.
Yeah,
That was
great.
fun.
That was
Hey,
great.
I want to quote you.
Yeah, in his piece?
No,
or?
in my story.
Okay.
You want to know what I want to say?
Yeah.
He's our quarterback.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So there's this quarterback who grew up loving Joe Montana out in the Bay Area. His name's Tom Brady. Now, can you believe he's up on Montana in Super Bowl wins, 7-4? And 6 of those came for the Patriots. Dad, The Patriots always stunk, remember?
The Patriots were down 28-3.
7 days after Brady engineered the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history.
The Patriots have won Super Bowl 51.
I met him on vacation in Montana, and he told me exactly how it happened. Almost as much as the story, Sports Illustrated loved the photo credit. Photo by Gisele Bundchen. Inside joke, Dad.
Do we have time to run walls?
After Kansas City beat San Francisco in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, the winning coach, Andy Reid, drew up the decisive play for me in his office after the game. The media world's changed, Dad. I'm at NBC full-time now, writing my Monday column. You've never heard of the internet, of course, but that's where my work mostly appears now. People read it on their computers. And, if you can believe this, on their phones. You'd have gotten used to it after a few eye rolls, Dad. It's been a wonderful journalism life. And I want you to know your sacrifices for your family and the lessons you instilled in me have been driving forces in my life. Somehow, I hope you know that.